Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. Do the same with the Grizzly Gentlemen. They're both fantastic deals and they help support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers? Theoric 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering. Pay no attention to my hair. It's bad. So, pretty much the same as yesterday. I decided to take out the Noxious Grasp. I don't think it's worth having such a narrow card on the side. And I took out one of the Feed the Swarm in order to bring in Freak's Libation. Libation still gives me creature or enchant removal. I don't get to target, but I do want to try it out. Everything else, though, is going to stay the same. We're going to hop on down to some traditional historic ranked and see how we can do. Now, I was going to make this video very long, but unfortunately some things came up, so I can't. You'll notice I am still in plat. We get to go first. This is nice to have, but it's a mulligan. This is a mulligan. This is a mulligan. I mean, essentially, it's like an okay 5-card hand. Like land, like they're both tap lands, but this one at least is a Swamp Mountain. So if we draw any of our checks, it's okay. Our opponent mulligan as well. Oops, sorry for hitting the mic. And we get to go first up. Interesting comparison there. Alright, so we're going to go and play the Canyon first. And the reason we play the Canyon first is because it's a Swamp Mountain. This is just a random land. And that's why we do it that way. Glacial Fortress. So, possibly Band Control. Could just be blue-white control. No need to necessarily... Well... So, I could go Drowned Catacomb, Mazemind Tome. But I don't think I need that all that much. So it's possible that the correct decision here is Predation, since I know it's going to come into play tapped, and Thoughtseize them anyway. Yeah, I think that's better. Would you look at that? I don't care about Shadow this guy. So I guess I just take the Counter-Resistant Sight. It's not a great discard. I'm only discarding like half a card, but we also know that it's just blue-white, so that's important. Also, their mana base is pretty shite here. And we're not too terribly worried about gaining life or scrying or anything. So we can pretty reasonably just hold on to this Mazemind Tome. Cool. Yeah. And see, now end of turn we can draw. Following turn it should be relatively easy to just play Bolas. It might be an issue. They could have another... Huh, they played Teferi instead. Interesting. Teferi will die.
It takes impressive knowledge to be a temporal archmage.
So you should drop that Shadow this guy. It's only a creature, right? Yeah.
Time to improvise.
Yep. Yeah, let's go and draw a card. I just want to make sure I can play Bolas this turn. Black, 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 blue, yeah. Okay. So I don't need to scry. But I wanted to make sure I had the possibility. Do this, play this. Under a counterspell. They can Teferi in response or whatever, but I'm pretty much okay with that. Go ahead and just have them die. And now I have a Resolve the Bolas. They do get to dig for answers, but...
Looks like
Okay. Next one I have access to Pelakka Predation. I'd of course like the Bolas to stick around. 5 mana, Lyra. Interesting. That's fine, we can Bloodchief Thirst it. Yeah, I'll keep it on top. Won't mind one of those. And we will draw first. We don't want to give them the information about the fact that we're going to yeet this Lyra. Okay, they just got rid of the land, that's fine.
My intellect
And we will do this. Bloodchief's Thirst. Chef's Kiss. Absolutely fantastic. We can even draw with Mazemind Tome, so we're in a good spot. If we had killed Lyra first, they would have made technically a more informed decision on what to exile with Bolas' ability. Yeah, I just have Bolas. And I can even Pelakka Predation as well. We'll graveyard this. Quite nice. And we'll start off with a Nikki B+. Yeah.
My schemes are never ending.
So technically, there's potential that I wasted the Pelakka Predation here, but it also kind of just stops them from using Chemist's Insight. Because if they use it now, in hopes to get, like, 2 good things, then I get to just play this Ravager. Otherwise, I essentially just, like, lost 3 life, which I'm fine with. Okay. This is fine. I still get to take both of their cards, potentially. Cool. No land for you either, so now they're not going to be able to necessarily have cards for these. I also have a nice threat on the board. Cool. Yeah, against this type of control, I feel I'm genuinely favored. I mean, especially if your opponent keeps such a bad hand. Like, imagine if I was aggro, right? I guess they had Shatter the Sky. I guess they had Shatter the Sky. We do want to bring that in. I mean, we'll bring those in, see how they work. I don't think I need any of these. Necromancer might be nice, but I don't think we need it. We're going to take out the Cries. We're going to take out the... Well, we saw Lyra. We don't want that. We don't want these. But honestly, I don't think we need the Extinction Event either. So we have, like... We still have removal. Yeah, I think this is fine. But, like, imagine them getting rid of their Shadow the Skies, and me getting a sweet turn to, like, turn 1 Thoughtseize into turn 2 Butcher would be Chef's Kiss. Have I done Chef's Kiss too many times this video? No, I haven't done it enough. This is a Mellow Kitty. I mean, like, almost. But no. Keep this. Get rid of this. Even though this is a great card, I'd rather just have these. I'll play Fetid Pools tapped first. Got another one. I'm not sure what I'm going to play on turn 2. I think we play the Thought Erasure. Because, like, either they counter it, and I was going to take a counterspell from them anyway, or they don't counter it, and I get to take a counterspell from them anyway. They have a Teferi. I'll have a Nicol Bolas before they get that Teferi down. So yeah, I just take the Absorb here. Dragonskull Summit, I don't need. Next turn, Fetid Pools into Search for Azcanta. And then the turn following is just Nikki B. I guess another nice thing about Dreadhorde Butcher is the fact that it just has haste. So if your opponent, like, -3s their Teferi to get rid of, like, a Nicol Bolas or something, then you can just play the Butcher and kill the Teferi kind of out of nowhere, which is quite nice. Oh, they played a Narset. How rude.
If you wish to surrender now, I have just the trick for this.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So I could... play this Dreadhorde Butcher just to attack Narset. Honestly, I think it's worth it. This gets bigger from attacking Planeswalkers, right? Yeah. They're like, what? What is this, dude? He has creatures? When did that happen, man? And if Dovin's Veto is the only counterspell in his hand, we really don't have to care about like playing around things for Nikki B. We also probably attack first. Unless they like main phase deal with my Butcher. They could take out my Steam Vent here. That would technically put me off of red. They have a search, sure. And they play the search. They didn't have another land. Real talk? Well, you think I'm just gonna cast some sort of Planeswalker here? Nah. I'm gonna punch you in the face with a Dreadhorde Butcher. And then play a Nikki B, forcing you to discard. I guess maybe they have Mystical Dispute? Although in that situation, it's still like a 1-for-1 trade, which is fine. Play Nicol Bolas here. No. Well, I guess they they just have Omen. I mean, next turn I can play Search for Azcanta, cycle Fetid. They went first. They were on turn 4. I'm stupid. So this has to be a land then, right? Like, even just jamming Teferi here isn't good. Right, jam Teferi, what, plus? Minus? Like, you set me back a little? Yeah, jam Teferi's not even that good here.
Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, just plus.
No time for a break.
I think I still just kill Teferi. I mean, it's 7 damage that would be going to their face, but I think I'm fine with this scenario. I could play this untapped to deal with a Mystical Dispute. But I think I'm just going to do this. Probably going to get vetoed here. Yep. I am fine with that. It means technically, less likelihood that my big Nicol Bolas is going to get yeeted. Having both of these, does that mean I want to hold the Fetid Pools instead of drawing? Like, if I play the Fetid Pools this turn, then I have 6 mana the following turn. I think I want to do that. I could be super wrong there. But considering my opponent is... no, look, it says hi. Considering my opponent is flipped Azcanta, I think I might want to do that. No, wait, what? Oh. How the hell does this work? Oh, there she is. Well. Okay, so that's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so the next turn I would be actually able to cast this. I'm not going to be able to. That's pretty unfortunate. But I am just hitting them with a Dreadhorde Butcher. That doesn't get Conquer's Deathed. Another Omen. Sure, sure. And the best thing about this is we won game 1. So we can potentially go into a game 3 scenario where we're on the play. Yeah, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to cast big Nikki B here. If we get mini Nikki B, we could cast him. Narset. Sure, sure. I don't even think I hit Narset here. Let me just hit him in the face. Shark Typhoon. 2, 3, 4. Not a very good Typhoon. So they're most likely not going to do it. They're most likely just going to Azcanta. That's still not a very good Typhoon. Oh, that's actually very nice. They're going to be able to get Teferi back, I suppose. This might get countered, but that means it's less likely that Nikki B is going to get countered. Cool, didn't get countered. They have to discard something. So it's not going to be the Shark Typhoon. Yep, they do that. Freaking... I mean, if they just... Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. They're definitely going to get Teferi back. I'm very interested in seeing if they deal with the Dreadhorde Butcher here. Or if they just draw. Now, if they deal with the Dreadhorde Butcher. Which is annoying, don't get me wrong. They're probably going to ECD... Yeah, the ECD. So, it all comes down to, do they have a counterspell? And it can't be, because of the way this tapped, it can't be Absorb. Absorb doesn't do it, doesn't do it. I can put them to 2.
Praise me.
I think I'm going to do this.
Came here with a plan. Is it exhausting to try so hard?
So this is not terrible. It means I can potentially Dreadhorde Butcher next turn. But what I'm looking for is to be able to just dome them for 7 twice. I don't like that. I'd really appreciate if you didn't have another of your Elspeth Conqueror's Deaths so close to the top. But they wanted both of these. They kept both of them on top. So I don't see myself being in a good position here. They just cast Shark Typhoon. Interesting. Oh, I win. Yeah, I put them to 2, and then as soon as they tap down, I kill them. Yeah, I presume...
A God-Pharaoh deals death as he pleases.
Come on, do it. End turn. Come on. Tap out for Escanta. Do it, you coward. Tap out for something, do it. Come on, do it. And die. Giant and Butcher. Fantastic there. You might be like, Butcher, you might be like a Giant. Giant just did the last 2 points of damage. Yes, but that's one of the reasons we like Giant in this matchup specifically. Alright, let's have another one. Look, it would be too soon if I didn't come across any other ramp decks. Is that the saying? It would be too soon? I don't know. My mind is fried. We keep waiting on the world to change. There we go. Nope. Not even gonna try. I would like to play first. Oh, yikes. This is a control deck, this is a terrible hand. But even as such, I don't think it's a very good hand, so we're gonna mulligan. This is a better hand for sure. I can even turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Search, or Thirst. The issue is, do I get rid of Thirst or Giant? I could theoretically get rid of a Search, but Search can help me out. I guess it kind of depends on whether or not my opponent keeps. If my opponent keeps, yeah, then I think maybe I get rid of Thoughtseize here. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of Thoughtseizes here. I'm also going to lower the volume somewhat. It lowered all the way for some reason, I don't know why. But yeah, now we just play the Canyon Slough taps. So that next turn, aka this turn, we can figure out what we want to do. For what it's worth, our opponent's on Thassa Dovin, so there was a distinct possibility that they were going to be playing Control anyway. So I guess I could have gotten rid of Thirst, but I guess Thirst is, you know, Planeswalker removal, so that's nice. And we can just cast this here. Okay, they didn't have a counterspell. That is kind of important to note. And I will be scrying here end of turn. Ashiok. That's an interesting one. Why are you main decking Ashiok? I mean, I guess it's reasonable if you're coming across a decent amount of graveyard decks. But I just want to be able to play Nikki B here. So I'll let this resolve. See if I get a land. I do. And it shocks me, but that's fine. Main phase. Pay 2. Play Nikki B. So even if Nikki B gets removed, it's still going to be 2 for 1 for us. Because we're forcing them to discard. Even though it's a land, that's probably fine. Man, what deck is my opponent playing here? So I can punch Ashiok in the face. I mean, my Search for Scant is never going to work. That's fine. Yeah, I thought that might be the deck I'm playing against. This is a very wonky control deck. And as such, I might be boned. This is a push it to the limit control deck. Heifers. Interesting. Walk along the razor's edge. Don't look down, just keep your head. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I'll just draw. Darn. That's a yikes. You didn't have to reveal that. What the hell are you doing? Possible they're just pumping the midnight clock. I'm actually just gonna Bonecrusher Giant their face. Coward. This is most likely gonna get countered. But gotta have him have it. Very weird deck. I mean, don't get me wrong, I respect this over, like, your stock Azorius Control that we faced the first time. And unfortunately, weird can often help you out if you're going against specifically control decks. Because control has to build its deck around the metagame, if you are not a part of the metagame, then it's harder for Control to deal with you. I'm at 8. I don't like being at 8. Even though this is Control, I need something specific here. Child's Verdict is not it. I'd like to get another God or Dragon God here, but I think I already like put one at the bottom, didn't I? Yeah. So it's pretty unlikely. So I guess I should have saved that. No, it doesn't matter. This gets exiled. It still comes back. Yikes. I assume they plan on board wiping this turn then. I guess if they're on 2, I'm on 4. I attack first to see if they want to not take the damage. I can't block with the Bonecrusher Giant anyway. They are playing a really weird deck. Hmm. They're playing mid-deck Swift Response. And I got by it. The question is, how much of their creature removal do they take out? And is it sufficient for me to get them? It's very unfortunate that... Yeah, it's very unfortunate that I lost the first game. And this is kind of something that I want to address. Like I've said before, that when deciding mulligans, I look at how well the hand can win by itself, or with a couple extra cards. I mean, look at the number of cards that I saw my opponent like actually use. Right? It's essentially just an opening hand. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Turn 2 Giant, I guess. Turn 3 Giant. Sure. Not enamored with this hand. Am I just gonna lose to, like, generic control cards to the deck? Because I feel like I'm gonna lose to generic control cards to the deck. What? I'm so confused. I need to start pounding their face in. And fast. Alright, don't know why they played that instead of a passage. But I'll take it. And I'll hit them for 4. My assumption is my opponent plays a lot of land. Got them on a 2-turn clock. Just gonna Vantress probably. That way I can also win via Bonecrusher Giant. Cool. We were able to just beat them in the face. This like might actually be good against this person. I'm not sure Necromancer is worth actually having in this matchup. Like, that's how weird my opponent's deck is. Like, look at this. And the thing, it's not even like a Yorion deck. I'm so confuzzled. I'm bringing in a 5. Do I want to bring in another earlier card? I guess I have, like, all of these. I could bring in a Citadel. Yeah, I'll bring in a Citadel. For the Mays. Get my nails done at some point soonish. This is pretty decent. Butcher into Butcher. Into Thoughtseize or a Braid, depending. Seems decent. Search? Fool. You know not the pain you're about to endure. They didn't see my Butchers in the second game, so they didn't even know. Like, they only saw cards that they already knew about. They already knew about the Bonecrusher Giant and the Nikki B. So they're not going to have a 3 mana here. They're still on 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna play another Butcher. Like, potentially playing the Escant is better. I'm fine with that. They have Essence Scatter main. That seems so weird. But this one's now at 3. Next turn I can Erasure. Opponent could play the Guard Mage. In which case I might Abrade. They play Kefnet. Kefnet is pretty unfortunate, actually. So I'm just gonna play the Escanta. I mean, like, the hand was great, I just needed to draw some lands. Instead of these. Yeah, I wasn't able to get through nearly enough aggression. I'm still surprised they're playing Essence Scatter against me. Why reveal a swift response? That's... I can't help but think my opponent is not a good player, and I'm gonna lose to it. I'm gonna graveyard that. I need a land. Cool. And I'm just going to cast Thought Erasure. Might get countered, but one fewer counterspell in their hand for my Nicky Bees. And I'm not attacking with the Butcher. Like, I don't know why they showed this. I also don't know why they're playing it. Alright, so Syncopate's gone. Quite nice. A little pass. They have 5. I'm on 2. They're on 6. They play Ugin as well. Like, what is... Like, my opponent's just playing control cards that they own. I have a braid for that. Ow. So I'm actually just going to upgrade here. And now they can't kill my Dreadhorde Butcher. On this turn. They can use it next turn. But I'm fine with that. Because then that means it's going to be less likely that they're going to have the mana to counterspell my Nicol Bolas. Or my Nicol Bolas, depending on what I get here. So they're playing Absorb as well. I don't understand. Bottom, that's good for me. So I know... So they're going to have 2 cards that I don't know about. They could have an Absorb, but that would be relatively unlucky. It would have sucked ass if I hit myself on accident there. No reason to hit the Kefnet. So I would love for these 2 cards not to be counterspells. And of course for me to get a land here. Preferably one that I don't have to pay life for. I said preferably. Alright, well, let's see if we're screwed. Looks like it. Yeah, so I have to resolve this Bolas. Alright, well I can block. My Azkenta will flip. And if I get a untapped source, I can kill this and play this. Never mind, I die. I cannot believe I died to that. I did not deserve that. Unfortunately, that kind of just happens when you play against off-meta decks. They're really good at getting you off guard. You might be saying, like, what are you talking about? They were playing a lot of the same cards. That's true, but they're playing a lot of cards that like weren't the same. Curses. Curses, curses, curses. Oh well, that's the end of the video. Today, I guess, is Saturday, so I will be streaming a lot of Bolas today. Over on Twitch. I would like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwen, and who's this? Malik! Thank you so much for the support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you'll find links in the description below. I do, of course, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff really does help out the channel. And, of course, until next time, all will be one.